showtime. Now you want to...
Welcome in, everybody, to the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here on the TikTok platform. We're getting ready to take on the Richmond Raceway here for the Madness Racing League Truck Series. Ladies and gentlemen, Season 2, race number 3 here for the Madness Racing League Truck Series. Getting ready to take on this 0.75 mile length capacity, D-shaped oval with a capacity of 74,000.5 fans here tonight. Sold out for the Madness Racing League over to 1946 in Henrico County, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw it down here on the main broadcast where these guys are getting their trucks locked and loaded here, getting ready to take on race number 3 here for the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We apologize for the little flash there and the little inconvenience here. I'll cut the music down, shut my mouth. Qualifying is just a couple seconds away. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Booty Scoot Racing channel's Madness Racing League Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series Season 2, race number 2, live here from the Richmond Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, who is going to be lucky contestant number 1 out here tonight? It looks like it's going to be the number 99 CloseoutBats.com truck of Jerry Powers from Park Ridge, New Jersey. Jerry Powers II, driving the CloseoutBats.com Chevy Silverado across the line here. He is on the board for the qualifying session now. Where will Jerry Powers post here? Jerry Powers led over 100 laps at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in the Xfinity Series. And now he's out here in the Truck Series tonight trying to do the same here in Richmond. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Nice way to roll the bottom there for the number 99 Park Ridge driver. He'll come across the line now. Where will Jerry Powers post? No time qualified posted there for Jerry Powers. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going across down on the bottom side. Jerry Powers, a 21.69. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here on the TikTok platform. We appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been one hell of a show all year long. This is the 3rd race of the year. James Fountain picks up the season opener at the Daytona International Raceway to kick off the season. Jerry Powers currently sitting first fastest, and James Fountain second fastest. Kevin Taco's driving the number 4 Budweiser machine from Hawthorne, New Jersey. He'll come across the line for his second and final lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. P3 for the number 4. Here comes the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant. Coming down the back straightaway, front stretch here across the line, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. John Michael Bryant in the Creek Water Whiskey, number 23. Will shake out, looks like going to be the third place spot there as my ticker is all over the place on the left side. We'll try to get that thing swallified and clear for us before we get ready to go racing here. Corey Riptide Tesner down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. I'm not sure why my name changer won't change over here. So we'll finish out the qualifying session here. I have to reload my overlay here. Well, we're going to make sure we stay locked and loaded right here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel for qualifying. It looks like Corey Riptide Tesner is going to grab the P5 spot right there. Here comes the kid of Nicholas Maynard. Driving the number 02 Maynard Motors Ford F-150 coming off pit road for his first lap here tonight at the Richmond Raceway. He'll try out the top side of the racetrack here to gather up some speed for his first lap. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're battling some technical difficulties here with the overlays. Nicholas Maynard on the clock here for the first time in the qualifying session, down into turns 1 and 2. Really hard on the brake there. The kid of Nicholas Maynard not down there near the yellow line where he wants to be, up off the corner. Down the back, straight away, the Maynard Motors 02 machine goes. Flying into turns 3 and 4 here. He's going to have to hold it together for another lap here. Try to increase his time. Where will he post for the first time here tonight? The number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. P4 on the board for the kid of Nicholas Maynard there for his first time around the Richmond Raceway here. Down in the bottom of turns 1 and 2 here. Looks like he was able to grip up big time there. Down the back straightaway here for the final time in the qualifying session. Again, John Michael Bryant is not this driver, as we're still struggling to battle in some overlay conditions here, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the number 02. He'll spin out across the line. No lap posted for him. Terry Hughes Jr.'s Travo Wall will complete his lap here. Here comes the number 18 machine, Red Bull. Looks like Ford F-150 of Trent Hughes. Trent Hughes trying to make something shake here tonight. He'll round out. Looks like going to be the 10th place spot here tonight in the qualifying session here. So here comes the triple deucer, Chris Knighty here, a little loose off the corner. He's coming across the line now. Chris Knighty trying to make something shake down here in the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Looks like that's going to clear out the qualifying session for the triple deuce of Chris Knighty here. So we will pull up the little qualifying results here, ladies and gentlemen, and I will send us to a quick commercial break, try to reload the overlay here as we are stuck with John Michael Bryant's not so good looking face on our screen. Jerry Powers will win the pole here tonight, live from the Richmond Raceway. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere.
Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Fueled by them to see the horizon.
here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Excuse me here as I try to cut down the music here. I believe we might have the overlay situation fixed out and corrected here. We'll have to find out as we get ready to go racing here, rounding down the qualifying session here. I apologize for the technical difficulties here, and hopefully everything is on our way here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Madness Racing League Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series live here from the Richmond Raceway, bringing you the Richmond Raceway for the first time ever here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for competition. We've been here before in a recruitment race, but never for a points-paying race, and we are here tonight, and it's been one hell of a show here. The crowd was out front earlier tonight, selling out all the beers in the concession stands, and the rest of everybody in the stands was out there buying some merchandise of their favorite driver here. So we're slowly climbing down, about 15 seconds left here in qualifying. We'll roll up the qualifying results here, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like Jerry Powers was able to take the pole here tonight from Park Ridge, New Jersey, and his number 99 Rush Motorsports closeoutbats.com number 99 machine. So I'll shut my mouth here, and hopefully everything is up to standards here the way that we like it. We'll be back in just a moment, getting ready to take the green flag here in Richmond. Ladies and gentlemen, as everybody begins to roll out through the field here, loading in on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I believe we had to reset the overlays here, so we might not have some of the best camera work here tonight for some of these action-packed shots around the racetrack here at the Richmond Raceway. Excuse me, getting ready to take on the Madness Racing League's Political 125, located right here in the heart of Virginia here, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are racing for a cause here tonight. Racing for the cause. It is July, remembering hashtag in all-timers here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're going to go ahead and get tonight started off here. We got a couple more people trying to join in the field here. We'll cut down the music on the Booty Scoot Racing channel so you'll be able to hear us just as quite likely like you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, driving the number 99 closeoutbats.com machine from Park Ridge, New Jersey. We'll start on the pole here tonight. Jerry Powers. James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina on the outside, driving the number 24 Valvoline Chevy Silverado. Will start in the second place spot. John Michael Bryan in the Creek Water River Whiskey number 23 machine from Greenville, South Carolina. Excuse me. Your mom's favorite driver, that's John Michael Bryan. Nicholas Maynard driving the number 02 Maynard Motors Ford F-150 will round out the fourth place spot here tonight. Kevin Tanko's driving the number 4 Rush Motorsports. Rush Motorsports, excuse me. From Hawthorne, New Jersey, the Chevy Silverado Budweiser machine of Kevin Tanko. Really got to get it in a grip here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. My apologies here from Greer, South Carolina. The three-time iRacing MRL champion, Chase Johnson. Corey Tesner driving the number 8 machine. Will round out, looks like going to be the 6th place spot here on the third row on the outside. Showtime Chase Johnson, we've already went and talked about him. So Terry Hughes Jr., the next man up in line, driving the number 81 Red Bull machine for 81XI Racing. The Ford F-150 looked bad fast in practice. Looking to go through the field here tonight. Travo Wall driving the Rock Band Marshalls, number 7 Ford F-150 from Pelzer, South Carolina. Looking to shake, rattle, and roll. Trent Hughes, the younger brother of Terry Hughes Jr., will start one row right behind him, driving the number 18 for 81XI Racing from Troy, Alabama. That's going to be Trent Hughes. Driving the Home Run Cafe, Nap Daddy Racing Designs, number 33 Chevy Silverado from Greer, South Carolina. That's going to be Tony Cook. Sean Williams in the Happy Toys, number 25 Chevy Silverado from East Windsor, looking to make something shake here tonight. Blake Koschchild driving the number 6 Toyota TRD Tundra Pro from Tempe, Arizona, the 25-year-old with a broken right hand, looking to make something shake here from the 13th place spot. The 777 Madness Racing League Truck Series BKM Racing Toyota TRD Tundra Pro from Huntersville, Georgia, going to be Bobby Kyle. And starting at the tail end of the field here tonight, driving the Triple Deuce machine from B-Town, Indiana, that's going to be Chris Knighty. So ladies and gentlemen, looks like we got about 15 cars, shaped out here tonight, getting ready to take on the Richmond Raceway for the Madness Racing League Political 125. Ladies and gentlemen, the lights are fully illuminated on here tonight. Jerry Powers is in full control of the race lead. Green. Here is Richmond Raceway for the Madness Racing League Political 125. Down here the turns 1 and 2 on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel for the first time here at Richmond. Ladies and gentlemen, what a way to kick off here with a new track that we've never been to before on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Side by side down the back straightaway. Trouble already. Trent Hughes goes around. Caution flag flies here for the number 18 of Trent Hughes here. Somebody else is collected. Looks like the number 25 of Sean Williams. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel for an instant replay here. Lap 1, turn 2 down the back straightaway. Trent Hughes and the number 18 for 81X iRacing will go around here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Looks like it maybe might have popped out on him off of turn 2. We'll back that ass up here. Take a look. It just steps out on Trent Hughes here, the number 18. Tries to lock it down right in front of the number 25 of Sean Williams there. He's able to get down on the brakes here. What a great shot around the Richmond Raceway here. Everybody else able to get through it, but Trent Hughes will be the first caution flag here tonight. After getting a little loose here, trying to get some temperature in those tires. They'll bring it down pit road. We'll take a commercial break and be back after this. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here to the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Working the first caution flag here tonight for the MRL Political 125 live here at the Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underneath the caution flag here for the first time tonight for the number 18 of Trent Hughes, who spun around at the beginning of the race here. He'll catch the back end of the field here after bringing it down pit road here. Just a little bit of contact made there with the number 25 of Sean Williams, who will come to catch the back of the pack now here. Maximum overdrive for the number 25 machine. Peter the pace car should be looking to cut that light off on that top of that big ass truck that he's got here. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like he won't do it. We'll take one more lap around the Richmond Raceway here, lest they double it up, double file, and it don't look like they're going to yet. So ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Madness Racing League, and here's the remaining schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at Richmond here tonight for 125 laps. And the Atlanta Motor Speedway 2 weeks from now, old school style on the 2008 pavement. It should be an absolute fun of a race, ladies and gentlemen. Tires would wear out here. Hopefully we can get some green flag laps here tonight, and we can see maybe what the hell could happen here, and some guys going to have to battle big time here tonight. The tire fall off here at the Richmond Raceway is critical here, especially with the repave here on the iRacing platform. Tons of guys haven't even seen or cut laps yet on the new repave here. And with only one lap underneath their belt here tonight, the rest have been underneath the caution flag. Pow, pow. Peter the pace car will throw up the nooses this time around and cut the lights off on top of that race car. He's ready to go racing and release the beast in the Titan, with the pack behind him here. 15 cars shake out here tonight for the Madness Racing League Political 125 here at the Richmond Raceway. And ladies and gentlemen, if you had not been out into the fan zone earlier tonight when the sun was up here, tons of guys out there waiting, trying to get their hands on some of them hot dogs here at the Richmond Raceway. And I believe they are sold out here, ladies and gentlemen. No more Bud Light or Budweiser's here. It looks like going to be the number 4 of Kevin Tankos will bring that sponsorship here tonight to the racetrack and sell out here. So some big fans here for Kevin Tankos in the number 4 machine. Peter the pace car is going to hang that left on the pit road. And Jerry Powers is going to be in full control here through the restart zone. Get ready to go back racing here at the Richmond Raceway. Jerry Powers fires back off. We're back racing here in Richmond. Across the front stretch here, a D-shaped oval here tonight for the Richmond Raceway. Jerry Powers will sell it down into turns 1 and 2 down on the bottom side here. A little loose back here is Trent Hughes, who went around, brought out the first caution flag tonight, but he's back out on the racetrack trying to make something shake here. Trent Hughes is the younger brother to Terry Hughes Jr., driving the number 81 Red Bull Ford F-150 here, trying to work around Nicholas Maynard, the number 02 here. As we are continuing to pick off laps here, Trent Hughes is way back here. Looks like the caution flag may have flown here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Never mind, I take that back. Everybody really hard in the braking zone there. Tony Cook selling on the top side of the racetrack. And the battle's on here between Corey Riptide Tesner and Nicholas Maynard here battling door to door. James Fallon being told by the admin, black flag for jumping the start. He'll have to go serve a green flag penalty here for jumping the start. So a killer here for James Fountain here. He's going to have to get that race car back through that pit here. Get back out on the racetrack before he goes a lap down. Meanwhile, the battle back here between Nicholas Maynard and Corey Riptide Tester. Still these two going at it back here side by side on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And Terry Hughes Jr. has joined the party here, looking to make something shake here off of turns 3 and 4. There goes somebody loose. That's Terry Hughes Jr. off the corner. Caution flag fly. Caution flag flies. Looks like Sean Williams is going to come spinning in here as well. For the second time here, only 10 laps into tonight's event. These laps are going to pick off quickly here. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for an instant replay for Sean Williams, who looked like he may have just fell victim to Terry Hughes Jr., who might have just overstepped it there out of turns 3 and 4. We'll back that ass up here. See, we can't ride out the front nose of the number 81. We'll ride with the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. He's on the outside of Nicholas Maynard here. They were battling door to door here. Looks like Terry Hughes Jr. comes across the racetrack here, just gets loose out of turns 3 and 4. And goes across the line here, but the caution flag was flying. Sean Williams almost looked like he caught the same thing. So if it wouldn't have been Terry Hughes Jr., it would have been Sean Williams. Two of them collected by turns 4 here at the Richmond Raceway. We'll take another commercial break here. 2 cautions in the 10 laps already. The Happy Toys 25 still rolling here. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath the second caution flag here tonight. Looks like the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. and the Red Bull Ford F-150 is going to go around here. So that's both Hughes brothers to bring out a caution flag here to kick off tonight's event. And Sean Williams goes around as well here for Terry Hughes Jr. Getting ready to go past you there on that blue Red Bull machine here. Trent Hughes, their younger brother, coming on pit road down there on the bottom side of your screen. Peter, the pace car, back out here on the racetrack. Pacing the field for the second time tonight. Jerry Powers still out front, though. And Trent Hughes looks like he's going to be able to get the wave around here. Go back around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tony Cook down on pit road as well here, trying to address that race car. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the MRL Political 125 live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And ladies and gentlemen, we could ever get some green flag laps underneath our belt here. It would be one hell of a show. Freddie the flagman's holding the yellow flag straight up, telling him 1 to go this time around. Peter the pace car will cut the lights off on top of that big ass truck of his. And we should be ready to go back racing here in just a moment. But on the outside, look like here's a story to talk about here. The number 23 of John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver. Up here in the second place spot here. He will start on the front row here. The fans will go crazy as he drives that Creekwater River Whiskey number 23 Ford up here to the front row to the outside of Jerry Powers. Looks like we'll take one more lap around the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Here is the pace car lights are back on. Trent Hughes is behind the pace car, so he will catch the tail end of the field here. So we'll do a little quick rundown. It's going to be Jerry Powers, the race leader here when we go back racing, with John Michael Bryant on the outside, the STI Johnson. Chase Johnson Racing Machine down on the bottom side. John Michael Bryant and Chase Johnson in similar schemes here, but two totally different sponsors here. Kevin Taco's down on the backside here. He's going to be in the 5th place spot when we take the restart here. And his number 4 Budweiser Machine, Corey Tesla, will round out the top 5 spot here. And then Nicholas Maynard will get the 6th place spot here on the outside. Trevor Wall will scoot down in the, looks like going to be the 3rd or 4th row here on the bottom side. And that number 7 Rock and Roll Racing Ford F-150 of his. And Blake Hochschild will move up here. The Toyota TRD Tundra Pro and his number 6 Paint Hoss Machine. Chris Noddy will shape back up here along with Bobby Kyle from Honorsville, Georgia. They'll take out the Knights at 10th place spot here. Terry Hughes Jr. will bring out the second flag caution here. Sean Williams will catch up. James Fountain back on the lead lap here after a black flag. He'll get saved from the caution flag there. Tony Cook out of pit road as well. That'll be the full field rundown here. Jerry Powers is going to be in full control here through the Geico restart zone. When we get ready to go back racing, Peter the pace car hangs the left on the pit road. Trey Hughes down 2 laps early, quick and in a hurry here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, but he's catching up to the back of the pack now. Green flag is in the air here at the Richmond Raceway for the MRL Political 125. So we get the green flag laps underneath our belt here. Meow, 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 meow. The battle's on. Back here, John Michael Bryant hard in the outside wall. Caution flag out here for the boogeyman. Wow, the absolute right front is tore off of that thing. John Michael Bryant, big damage here to the number 23. We will back that ass up here again here, as we can never seem to get it ever rolling here on the Madness Racing League. At the beginning and the ending of these races here, John Michael Bryant takes a hellacious shot there to the outside wall here at the Richmond Raceway on the restart. Him and Chase Johnson down here banging, looked like they were banging a little bit of fenders here down into turns 1 and 2. We'll back that ass up here and take a looks like John Michael down here. Looks like contact made between him and Chase Johnson. Bam! Sends John Michael up the racetrack here. We'll back that ass up here right along with Showtime Chase Johnson. And we can kind of get exactly what of a good look and see if he made contact there. We'll take a look. Definitely some contact made there by Chase Johnson to John Michael Bryant here. Chaos ensues back there. Looking out the tail end of Nicholas Maynard here. Everybody else looks like they were able to get through it here, but John Michael Bryant has got some tremendous damage on the backside of that race car. We'll back that ass up one more time, see if we can't look out the left rear of John Michael Bryant, and this will definitely tell us if there was any kind of contact made between him and Showtime Chase Johnson. We'll take a look. Down into turns 1 and 2, Chase Johnson just overdrives the corner, definitely makes contact with the number 23 and sends him up the racetrack, bam, hard into the outside wall. So Chase Johnson being aggressive once again here, quick and early in these races. We'll wreck another one here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. John Michael Bryant's not going to be happy with the way that he was just raced by Showtime Chase Johnson. I would expect some sparks here to come if the 23 can get that thing here out on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We take a commercial back in a moment. Chase Johnson placed on the aggressive driving list. Bring you back down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel's main broadcast. We are working the caution flag for the third time in just 16 laps here on the Madness Racing League. Hopefully we can get some things shaken out and get it going here. It's been one hell of a show all season long. Season 1 went really, really smooth for both series, for all 3 series, speaking of that. For the Madness Racing League, as I forgot, we are just now starting to kick back off the next King Cup series you caught last night here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It was one hell of a show. Chase Johnson picked up the victory there at the Bristol Motor Speedway. You can go catch that live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel's YouTube page that you can go check out on the top right of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Just go give it a click, go give it a follow, or you can DM us here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We can get you a Booty Scoot Racing shirt here. There's tons of guys have been running around wearing these Booty Scoot Racing shirts. Time them out. We'd love to get you hooked up with one. Just go ahead and send us an email at bootyscootRacingLLC@gmail.com, or right here, just DM us on the TikTok platform. TikTok is really what we have, some tic-tacky racing here. We are 5 laps worth of green flag racing here out of 17 complete here. Not trashing the field here, but I'm hoping we can get this together. As the wheel-in caution light has been on for quite a while, they're going to have to replace the light bulb before you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Madness Racing League Political 125 here underneath the caution flag for the third time tonight. That guy right there, the number 5 machine, Showtime Chase Johnson, with a little bit of contact made to the left rear. John Michael Bryant. John Michael Bryant out of that race car. He'll take the trip to the infield care center and slam his race helmet down as you see him leave to go to the garage here. He'll back out of the session and take it on home here. Everybody crossing across the line here. Peter the pace car has got the lights off on that race car of his, and he's ready to go racing next time around here. Everybody fanned out through the field on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Terry Hughes Jr. starting to make his way back up here after going around quick and early here in that Red Bull number 81 machine. Kevin Tankos, Terry Hughes Jr., Nicholas Maynard caught him at the bar last night when I got off the broadcast live on TV, and they were back there throwing back doubles like they were nothing. Blake Koschchild trying to make something shake here tonight, still suffering that broken right hand after having a drive shaft fall on it last night in the Next Gen Race Cup Series, trying to get that machine going. It's going to be Jerry Powers here. Yes, it's going to be the race leader over Showtime Chase Johnson through the Geico restart zone. Getting ready to go back racing here. In the middle of Madness Racing League Political 125 here. Hopefully we can get everybody fanned out here and knock off some green flag racing here. James Fountain with a black flag to start tonight's event for jumping the start here. He'll go down there and serve it. The caution flag he'll get comes out, and he's back out here on the lead lap trying to make something shake down the back straightaway. James Fountain's going to have to come through the field here for the 10th place spot. Need to keep an eye on him as he had a fast truck in qualifying starting in the 2nd place spot. Meanwhile, Corey Tester will get all the way up there to about the 3rd place spot here, but he's still trying to pick up Kevin Tango's here down that's got back around here for that third place spot after the restart here. Everybody fanning through here on the Richmond Raceway for the Madness Racing League Political 125 live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Here's the battle for the race lead, the closeoutpass.com. Chevy Silverado, Jerry Powers led 100 and more laps or so at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in the Xfinity Series, but didn't get the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, the caution flags will come out here at the end and take it away from him. James Fallon driven through the field here big time. He's already up 2 more spots here to the 8th place spot. James Fallon trying to make something shake here around the triple deuce of Chris Knighty. Down into turns 3 and 4 here. James Fallon being aggressive here, quick and early here. 21 laps down, 22 down, completed on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Diving into turns 1 and 2 here. The race leaders, everybody else will be throwing Blake over the top 6 here. Blake Hawkshaw rounds out the top 6 spot here in his number 6 main Haas machine. Down the back straightaway behind Nicholas Maynard and the kid in the number 02. Green, blue, teal, yellow, whatever the hell it is. Down through turns 3 and 4. James Fallon still shaking his way through the field. This is your first time tuning in here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You've never seen what we do here. This is the Madness Racing League. This is iRacing.com. This is a video game. Nicholas Maynard, big loose off the corner there, followed by Terry Hughes Jr. They'll sail down into turns 3 and 4 here, and it looks like Corey Tessner will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. 3 wide here in Richmond. Nicholas Maynard sent up on the top side of the racetrack, but he's able to clear. Blake Hawkshaw and James Fallon. The battle's on back here for the 5th place spot here. James Fallon's got a fast truck here, trying to make his way around here to the number 02, the number 6, and James Fallon. It looks like they're going to be the ones to bring up the first battle box here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Madness Racing League live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The battle is on here for the 4th and 5th place spot between Nicholas Maynard, Corey Tessner, James Fallon, and Blake Hawkshaw. Really the 5th place spot on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I apologize here, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the MRL Political 125, and we would really gladly appreciate and help if you would head on over to the Booty Scoot Racing channel's YouTube page and give us a like and a follow there. Looks like the battle's starting to dissipate here. It's only between Nicholas Maynard and James Fallon here as they start to close each other in. We're right out the front bumper of James Fallon. James Fallon really slowing that truck down big time in the turns 1 and 2, trying to run down Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard, old half a car leads up ahead. We're looking out the ass end of the kid of Nicholas Maynard as James Fallon really tries to roll up back there to the back bumper. Looking out the blip cam from Billy the Blip Driver. The battle is on here for the 4th and 5th place. I mean, the 5th place spot here. We'll look back up here for the battle for the race lead where it's not really contending much here. It's Jerry Powers just checked out for the race lead here. Showtime Chase Johnson trails right behind him. Yow, 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 yow. These guys are flying around this 0.75 mile D-shaped asphalt oval here in Richmond, Virginia. Everybody's really nose to tail here, trying to put some gap in between each other, finally picking off some green flag laps. Because here comes Chris Knighty. It looks like that's going to be the number 7 of Travis Wall here, battling it out on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for this 9th and 10th place spot here. Travis Wall looking to get around the number triple deuce of Chris Knighty if he can. But he's not looking like he's able to do so. He ought to work the bottom side of the yellow line here, trying to get around the green and silver yellow. I mean, whatever the hell you want to call it, green machine. Not able to do it here. That opened up the door for Sean Williams in this number 25 Happy Toys Chevy Silverado to enter the party here with no invite. Down the back straightaway, he'll fly here, trying to roll into the back bumper of the number 7 of Travo Wall and the Marshall's implication. Number 7 Rock and Roll Racing Ford F-150. Looking out the tail end of the number 25 as well. Here comes the veteran Bobby Kyle from Huntersville, Georgia. Bobby Kyle, the 64-year-old veteran out here tonight, along with Tony Cook, the 2 oldest ones in the field. They go fast and left. You see the front of the number 777 of Bobby Kyle here. Bobby Kyle getting it done here as the 2 veterans are going to battle it back out here for this 12th place spot. Tony Cook down on the bottom side. Bobby Kyle down on the top side. They'll slide job each other here and exchange spots here. That's opening up the back door right here for Sean Williams as well. He's running for his life. It's Tony Cook here looking to make something shake. Tony Cook will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. So as Tony Cook try to save his tires a little bit here, trying to get off to a little bit of a slow start here, while not being able to pick off some green flag laps. Meanwhile, Jerry Powers has sailed away using those magical powers inside of that number 99 closeoutpass.com. Chevy Silverado up off of turns 1 and 2. It's driving really smooth here as you ride on board with Jerry. Down into turns 3 and 4, tandem really well. Not have to put much input into it. Really soft and easy back to the gas here. He'll come across the line here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 33 laps are complete this time around. You are watching the Madness Racing League live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel's TikTok platform. Head on over to the YouTube page. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to send you down on track for a Madness Racing League fast and loud right here around the Richmond Raceway. Make sure you smack that like button, press that follow button, the louder it'll get. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel after the Madness Racing League, fast and loud. These guys are absolutely going at it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Nicholas Maynard will cut the fastest lap of the racetrack that last time around as he's trying to inch away at the number 24 of James Fountain there, who's a little loose off the corner, but able to hold on to it. James Fountain really had the fastest race car at the qualifying here. Just slips up just a little bit, and he'll have to take it for the second place spot to start. He'll jump the start, though, to start tonight's event. Get a black flag and have to go down pit road and serve it. Thought his race was over as he was over the radio moaning and groaning about possibly what he maybe had did or had not had done when jumping the start here. But the caution flag really has done brought to life. The number 24, he's driving pissed off around the Richmond Raceway as he is currently up. Looks like going to be 7 spots from the back of the field, riding around in the 5th place spot here. Meanwhile, Corey Riptide Tesner was on the move here to try to make something shake towards the back end of this number 4 Kevin Taco's car. But Kevin Taco's has really put a little bit, about what, 12, 13 car length gap between him and the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesner down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Terry Hughes Jr. will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around as he sails through turns 3 and 4. We'll have to take a look here and see what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Hughes Jr. John might be your mom's favorite driver, but this is your wife's favorite driver. So Terry Hughes Jr. is breaking apart homes and breaking apart feelings out here on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. It's Trevor Wall trying to dial in that number 7 Ford F-150 for himself. So a couple blue ovals, tons of bow ties in the field as Chevy rounds out the top 5 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like lap traffic is starting to become a problem here. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that's going to be Trent Hughes down here, the number 18, 81XI. Entry from Troy, Alabama, the younger brother to Terry Hughes Jr. Trying to get out of the way here, going a lap down here. 43 laps are complete here. And we're on about a 28, 29 lap run here around the Richmond Raceway. Finally picking off some green flag laps. It's been one hell of a show so far. Nicholas Maynard will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time again as he rolls, trying to close up the gap. So looks like James Fountain, but James Fountain and Nicholas Maynard both have caught up to the back bumper of Corey Tesner here as the lap traffic looks like it's starting to play a tribute here. It's Trent Hughes just trying to make something shake here in this number 18 machine as he knows he's got to play for it here, get around the lap traffic. Corey Tesner will do just that here as Trent Hughes will stay down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. James Fountain will take the 2-for-1 as well. Here comes Nicholas Maynard trying to make something shake as well. Off the turns 2 down the back straightaway here. They'll get clear of the lap traffic here. And Jerry Powers here is selling away with a race lead here. Chase Johnson's closed it up to about a 5-car length lead here between the 99 and the number 5 machine. 46 laps are complete here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Scheduled for 125. 2 are in the bank for overtime if we need them. Jerry Powers down the back straightaway. Here comes Corey Tesner. As he knows he's got to run for his life, he'll slap the end of the fence there. So with Nicholas Maynard and Trent Hughes. So everybody losing here. A little bit of grip here. So the tires are starting to fall off. Corey Tesner at the give the spot up to James Fountain. James Fountain will take another spot here from coming from the back here after getting a black flag to start tonight's event. Corey Tessner and Nicholas Maynard will be the next one up here. The battles. Trent Hughes will let Blake Hochschild on by here now. Trent Hughes and Terry Hughes, the two brothers, looking to go at it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Trent Hughes a lap down here. He probably see if we have to play that little brother card over big brother. See if he'll just let the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. around, or is he going to make him fight for it here, trying to not lose every position possible. Meanwhile, you can throw a blanket over these guys right here. Corey Tessner, James Fountain, and Nicholas Maynard going at it here for the top 5. 4th, 5th, and 6th place spot here is Terry Hughes Jr. trying to close up the back bumper. Here comes Travo Wall and Tony Cook with the fastest lap that last time around. We'll come across the line this time. We'll check the lap times here, waiting on everybody to come across here across the front stretch. It looks like James Fountain's going to get the fastest lap that last time around here as he put maybe just a little bit more of a gap between him and Corey Riptide Tessner. Nicholas Maynard trying to run down Corey Tessner here in that number 8 machine here. And we could have possibly a 3-way battle for this top 3, top 4 spots here as things are starting to get juicy here as lap traffic's starting to come involved here with the race leaders. Showtime Chase Johnson has lost a little bit of a touch here to the back of the number 99 closeout bet machine of Jerry Powers. You see Chase Johnson battling a little bit of a loose condition there, but he's able to close it up here. So Chase Johnson's got a little bit of a better turn 3 and 4 than Jerry Powers. But in 1 and 2, Jerry Powers is able to get it all back here. Here comes Travo Wall sailing down the back straight away with the rest of the pack. Chris Knighty running through turns 3 and 4 here. There's the race leaders in the trail end of his mirror. He's running for his life, trying not to go a lap down here. But Jerry Powers will give up a little bit there to Chase Johnson through turns 1 and 2 here. Kevin Tango's trying to jack it up there, trying to save a little bit of that Goodyear tire. What's left on those things. 51 laps are complete here out of 125 scheduled, and 2 on the bank for overtime here. Looks like the battle side by side between Corey Tessner and Nicholas Maynard here, riding down into turns 1 and 2. Nicholas Maynard on the outside, Corey Tessner down on the bottom side here, not able to put any kind of space between the two. Nicholas Maynard will clear himself off in turn 2 though, and Corey Tessner will lose a spot here. So Corey Tessner possibly has burned up the Goodyear tires on that number 8 machine, trying to chase for the race lead early here. And everybody else is going to have to run for their life. It looks like Chris Knighty's trying to get out of the way for the race leader, Jerry Powers, as they sell off a turn 2 down the back straightaway. Kevin Tanko staying in touch right here as well, but the gap is definitely shrinking there between Jerry Powers and Showtime Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson not able to close the gap up through turns 3 and 4 though. That'll allow Jerry Powers to sail away with a little bit more of a race lead here. Through turns 1 and 2 here, it looks like the battle between that 4th and 5th place spot between James Fountain, Nicholas Maynard, and Corey Tessner has dissipated as well here. The battle back here between Trent Hughes, the lap car, and Tony Cook, though, is starting to cook up something here. Speaking of cook up, make sure you go check out Tony Cook, no pun intended, at the Home Run Cafe in Greer, South Carolina. Tell them the Madness Racing League or the Booty Scoot Racing channel sent you. They look you up today. They have the best hot dogs, hamburgers, and refreshers in the state of the upstate of South Carolina. Tony Cook got a bad fast race car here. He's currently crawled up here into the top 10 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We have had 3 caution flags up to this point. Both Hughes brothers, Terry and Trent Hughes, spin around here to start tonight's event. Chase Johnson runs over the back of John Michael Bryant into turns 1 and 2 here, as we were able to get the camera down there on the left rear. John Michael Bryant, contact was definitely made. Send the 23 around. He'll throw his helmet across the racetrack and throw it right into the left headlight. But Showtime Chase Johnson, he's got a little bit of a scuff mark there. Showtime Chase Johnson up the hill a little bit through turns 3 and 4, trying to get that thing to turn back down and run down the race leader of Jerry Powers here as you ride out the front bumper of Showtime Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson really trying to get that dominant effect, slow that truck down massively down into turns 1 and 2. Kevin Tankos is trying his best to close up the gap here as they have got around the lap traffic of Chris Knighty here, who is winning a lap down on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, but currently running in the lucky dog position as he's the only car, currently on the racetrack. 1 lap down. Trent Hughes is 2 laps down, so if Trent Hughes wants to get another lap back here, he is going to have to take the wave around here, so no lap back lucky dog for the number 18 of Trent Hughes. Still trying to get that program together for that 3rd chartered entry for 81XI Racing. Nicholas Maynard down the back straightaway. He's put in a ton of room between him and Corey Tessner here, trying to run down that number 24 machine of James Fountain here. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard from the admin before the race started here tonight that these guys could go about 100 laps on gas. 125 what we're scheduled for. 2 laps in the bank for overtime if we need them. James Fountain cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. And Corey Riptide Tessner slowly fading back here just a little bit in the battle for the race lead, starting to shake back up again. Jerry Powers really able to hold on to that number 99 closeoutbats.com machine really well down on the bottom of the yellow line there through turns 1 and 2, which is where Chase Johnson is really able to lack up and be able to grip up in that number 5 STI Johnson machine. But Chase Johnson's really able to get the turn down the hill through turns 3 and 4 here as Jerry Powers keeps taking that bottom line here. That's going to keep closing the gap up to Showtime Chase Johnson. As you see, it's starting to close up here down into turns 1 and 2. Showtime Chase Johnson had closed it up to about an 8th or 9th lead car gap lead there, excuse me. But as he does that, though, it's backed him up to Kevin Tankos, who battles a loose race car off there. And James Fountain slowly catching the number 4 of Kevin Tankos here. But he's going to have to get around the lap traffic of Chris Snyder here. And this may be a problem here as tires starting to wear out here. Getting around lap traffic isn't just as easy as it seems. It's Terry Hughes Jr., the number 81 from Troy, Alabama. Your wife's favorite driver coming across the front stretch here. Yow! On the Booty Scoot Racing channel, he's slurped his way back up here to the top 8 spot after spinning out here, causing the second caution flag here tonight. Kevin Tankos riding around in this 3rd place spot, trying to run down the race leader of Jerry Powers and Showtime Chase Johnson. Really on the top side of turns 1 and 2 here, trying to enter as wide as possible so he can arc and exit off as straight as cleanly as necessarily possible. And that was a great line right there from the number 4 of Kevin Tankos down the back straightaway here in the turns 3 and 4. Kevin Tankos last picked up his win at the Charlotte Roval in the Xfinity Series, where he started from the pole and led every single lap. So Kevin Tankos knows how to turn left, turn right, get it done here in the Madness Racing League. I believe he's a 5-time winner here in the Madness Racing Leagues. And yeah, every single one of their series that they have, looks like Jerry Powers here trying to keep it underneath them here as we are approaching the halfway mark this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Jerry Powers has been in control for 65 laps here as he started on the pole. Ladies and gentlemen, we will bring up tonight's race event report here. 67 degrees out here at the Richmond Raceway. A perfect night to go racing here. A little bit of an overcast. A couple wind here, guys. Got some jackets out here. Speaking of jackets, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Maynard will sell out of that number 02 Maynard Motors paint scheme hoodie of his in the trailer hauler out front in the fan zone. Nicholas Maynard, the first time he's done that all year long. James Fountain, though, might have some new fans after this run. A black flag to start the race up here to the top 4 spot here. Trying to make something shake here. James Fountain and that M&M's Valvoline Racing number 24 machine down the back straightaway here. He's got a little bit of a gap between him and Nicholas Maynard. We'll have to keep that battle on as they've been going at it back and forth all night long. Corey Tesler continuing to lose spots here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Down to the 6th place spot here. Terry Hughes Jr. down on pit road. Green flag pit stops have started. Chris Noddy will come down from B-Town, Indiana. He'll take 4 fresh Goodyear tires on that race car. Terry Hughes Jr. screaming it's out of that race car. I need 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, 2 cans of Sunoco race fuels, a little bit of adjustment out the left rear. And he's off here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Terry Hughes down on his green flag pit stop. You better get it going here. Here comes the leader, Jerry Power here. Jerry Powers will put Terry Hughes Jr. driving the number 81 Red Bull machine, 8 lap down here. It's Showtime Chase Johnson. Jerry Powers looking at lap Trent Hughes for the 2nd time here tonight underneath the green flag conditions here. Trent Hughes will move to the top side of the racetrack. That'll open up the bottom side for Jerry Powers to pass. But Chase Johnson's not able to close up the gap there for able to clear himself. Trent Hughes a little loose off the corner here. And here we go. Travo Wall coming down pit road. Green flag stops have started here in Richmond. Travo Wall will bring it down pit road following Bobby Kyle as well. 69 laps. What a funny number. Are completed here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Travo Waller jumping into his box here. His Travo Wall Racing. Rock and Roll Racing crews will jack up the right side of the race car. It's going to be 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco race fuel here for the number 7, a Travo Wall from Pelzer, South Carolina. And the Otterville, Georgia driver here with a great stop here for the number 777, a Bobby Kyle. He's able to get up the pit stop before Travo Wall, but Travo Wall with a little bit of better of a qualifying advantage here. Will win the battle off pit road here. I'll keep these things happening as they shake out here on the field. Looks like Jerry Powers is starting to sail away here from Showtime Chase Johnson across the front stretch. The speeds have decreased tremendously here as the tire wear begins to fall. About 50 laps green underneath this green flag run here. I told you guys that we were able to knock off some green flag racing here. You would really start to see the difference on who's able to take care of a race car and who's not able to. Is caution after caution. So typically here in the Madness Racing, we almost get another one from Chris Noddy there off of turns 3 and 4 coming out of pit road here. Trying to get back up to speed on those fresh 4 Goodyear tires on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Jerry Powers has led every one of them up to this point as he sails through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway here. He's got a lap car of Terry Hughes Jr. here who's on fresh 4 Goodyear tires here. So you won't believe that Chase Johnson will be able to run back down that number 81 Ford F-150 before Terry Hughes Jr. tries to get back around Jerry Powers here and get that lap back here. So Terry Hughes Jr., can be 1 lap down here. Terry Hughes Jr. currently registered as the Lucky Dog as they run. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 guys down, 2 laps here, and the rest are 3 laps down on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Terry Hughes Jr. looking to unlap himself here through turns 3 and 4. Jerry Powers says, you give it to me, I'll give it right back here. He'll move back to the top side of the racetrack here. And Chase Johnson's got to relocate himself inside of that race car and try to run back down the number 99 and close out Bets.com machine of Jerry Powers right on board with James Fountain here as he's approaching the lap traffic of Trent Hughes as well. Nicholas Maynard and Chris Knotty's there as well on 4 fresh Goodyear tires. So Nicholas Maynard's closed the gap up to James Fountain here with this lap traffic. We'll have to keep an eye on this, see how things shake up here. That's the battle for the 4th place spot here. His pit stops have started here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel at Richmond. Bobby Kyle has come down and serviced his machine. Trevor Wall has serviced his as well. Terry Hughes Jr. gets back around the leader after starting the green flag pit stops here. He's 1 lap down on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Jerry Powers leads him over Showtime, Chase Johnson, and Kevin Tenko's. James Fountain still trying to get around this lap traffic machine of Trent Hughes, and he's able to do it. Nicholas Maynard knows close the gap up. He's right on the back bumper of James Fountain. This is the battle we were watching earlier here between James Fountain and Nicholas Maynard here for the 5th place spot, on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. These guys have been going at it all night long, going up underneath the bottom side of any other turning slide jobs. Jerry Powers and Showtime Chase Johnson. The battle for the race lead is well long gone. 1.6 second gap there. So at the shoot back here, it's just the only battle on the racetrack here. Corey Tessner, with these 2 guys battling in front of him here, maybe open up the gap just a tad bit for the Flow Racing number 8 machine. But he's got another lap car of looks like going to be Trent Hughes in between him and the guys as he's racing, looking out the tail end of James Fountain down here to turns 1 and 2. Nicholas Maynard able to grip up really well there. 2 turns 1 and 2, drive off the corner. Can he pull up to the next side of that number 24 machine of James Fountain? The battle's still on here for the 5th place spot. We'll throw the battle box on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as Kevin Tanko's just sailed away here in that 3rd place spot. About 3 seconds. Looks like Nicholas Maynard's looking to make the move here and wasn't able to get a run here down into turns 1 and 2. We'll have to think better of it here. 78 laps are complete here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're going to stick it right here side by side, throw it up to the blimp cam, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Madness Racing League Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series Season 2, race number 3, live here from the Richmond Raceway. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, watching these 2 battles side by side here. Want to be here just in case something happens here. James Fountain and Nicholas Maynard door to door here in the turns 3 and 4 here. Nicholas Maynard finally gets to the left rear quarter panel. James Fountain riding on board with the kid here. Up off the turns 3 and 4 here. Trevor Walls enter the barn though on those 4 fresh Goodyear tires. James Fountain to blink in and blink out. And he hasn't reappeared yet on the Booty Scoot. There he goes, back on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like this might be a party here. Ladies and gentlemen, go get your disco ball. 4-way battle back here. 2 of them on fresh Goodyear tires. And the 2 guys up front on old ones battling for position. So we got some lap traffic trying to work their way through these guys. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to have to shake it out here. Who's going to do what, when, where, why, who's going where. Tony Cook back here as well, trying to make something shake here. He's currently the last guy on the lead lap, though. The party's working their way through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Bobby Kyle's going to put his nose behind the right rear quarter panel of the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. That'll open up the door for James Fountain to be able to clear himself through turns 3 and 4 here if he's so desperately needs him here. But Bobby Kyle, Nicholas Maynard battle door to door. Bobby Kyle, the veteran here, driving the 777 machine for BKM Racing from Honorsville, Georgia, looking to work his way here on these 4 fresh Goodyear tires around the lap traffic here as he's currently trying to get back to the race lead, unlap himself around James Fountain in that number 24 machine. As James Fountain here is currently running in the 4th place spot here holding him up here on the top side, but Bobby Kyle's able to clear him this time around. Trevor Wall's got to do the same here down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. He's battling door-to-door with Nicholas Maynard. What a brutal shot here for the kid of Nicholas Maynard. Will run down the 24 of James Fountain here with the lap traffic. We'll separate them as soon as they get to start back racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 40 laps remain here on tonight's event here live for the MRL Political 125 around the Richmond Raceway here. As these guys have been absolutely going at it here, ladies and gentlemen here. Nobody else has been busy on pit road here, so strategy is all over the place. We'll throw it up here. As you see it, Tony Cook will bring it down on lap 8 here, get a little bit of damage fixed to that number 33 machine. On lap 10, excuse me. It hasn't been back since Terry Hughes Jr. on 65, 67, 67, and 63 for the 9th through 12th place currently running drivers. At the moment, till then, nobody else is pitted here up in the top 7 spots here. And Travo Wall will bring the battle here to James Fountain, door-to-door here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 88 laps are complete here. And that'll open up the door once more for Nicholas Maynard. We might have another battle on our hands here, but looks like Blake Koschchild on that number 6 Toyota TRD Tundra Pro trying to work around Terry Hughes Jr. here. On the outside here, Nicholas Maynard's all over the ass end of James Fountain. Just trying to keep some battles here, keep a little bit of something on the racetrack to watch here. Jerry Powers, the race leader, selling away with it here, putting on a snooze fest around around Chase Johnson, and Tony Cook will lose a lap to the race leader, Jerry Powers, underneath the green flag. Run here, James Fountain and Nicholas Maynard continue to go at it like gladiators here. The 24 will roll the top side of the racetrack here, trying to run around Nicholas Maynard here, but he's not able to do it off of turns 1 and 2, door-to-door down the back straightaway. I have to say the respect shown between these two battling door-to-door here around Richmond. Around top of turns of 3 and 4 here. These guys are putting on a show for you folks on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you're slapping that like button, pressing that follow button, really showing you guys that you don't have to make contact to race and you don't have to be an asshole to get around the racetrack here. Nicholas Maynard not able to complete the pass around. Looks like the 24 James Fountain. So I have to pull back in, try it again one more time, and relocate those Goodyear tires. He'll do it again across the front stretch here. Him and James Fountain battling down into turns 1 and 2 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Maynard on the bottom side, Fountain upstairs here as they roll through turns 3 and 4 here, up off the corner. Turns 1 and 2, side by side and down into turns 3 and 4. James Fountain still has the advantage over the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard here. As these guys, I guarantee it, are inside of these race cars, adjusting the brake bias, trying to make something shake here around the Richmond Raceway, where tire fall off has been critical here. Tons of guys are running their first ever laps around the repave that iRacing released just a short few months ago. James Fountain to collect the wall. That'll open up the door for Nicholas Maynard. He'll clear himself around James Fountain. The battle there between James Fountain and Nicholas Maynard was kicking off here. Big time here. James Fountain collects the outside wall there. That'll close the door there for the battle. The kid will take the 4th place spot. And James Fountain will have to bring it down on the bottom side of the racetrack here, trying to make something shake here. But Jerry Powers is settled away with the race lead. As you see, the gap between him and the lap traffic of Tony Cook, and then the 2nd place guy of Chase Johnson. Looks like Blake Koschchild is going to bring his Toyota TRD Tundra Pro down pit road, and James Fountain as well. So pit road is busy again here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tons of guys are bringing it down pit road. Tony Cook will lose that other spot here to the 2nd place guy, Chase Johnson here. So with the guys on pit road, Chase Johnson's going to get the move in here, trying to run down Jerry Powers. Blake Koschchild here as James Fountain rolls right by him, getting 4 fresh Goodyear tires. He's off on that number 6 paint house machine. And James Fountain's probably looking to do the same here, I'd imagine, on that number 24 machine. Chase Johnson trying to run down Jerry Powers here. Jerry Powers, when will he make his pit stop here and throw it all to loot? 4 fresh tires for James Fountain, and he'll drop the jack, and he's off on pit road. Jerry Powers has yet to pit here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Kevin Tankles will bring it down from the 3rd place spot here. That'll move Nicholas Maynard up to the 3rd place spot here. Corey Tesders will regain the 5th place spot here. Kevin Tankles down pit road here. 97 laps are complete here on the Booty Scoot channel, Racing channel. Here comes Chase Johnson to service his number 5 STI Johnson Racing machine. Chase Johnson, James Fountain back out on the racetrack after serving his. He'll get around the race leader, Jerry Powers, to unlap himself for one of those laps back. James Fountain gets loose off the corner, though. He'll go around. Caution flag flies here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Caution flag flies for the number 24, James Fountain, as you hear him on the clutch there, pissed off at himself. We'll back that at us up here on the TNA Truck Series Instant Replay board. For the number 24, James Fountain. He was battling door-to-door with Nicholas Maynard for what seemed about 30, 40 laps here. And he'll collect the outside wall, bring it down, service that number 24. Valvoline M&M's Chevy Silverado of his. And it looks like he just lost a little bit of grip down the back straightaway here. Off of turns 1 and 2 after servicing that machine. He just had got around the leader of Jerry Powers here. And James Fountain, able to lock it down though here and keep it out of harm's way. But he's able to keep the damage. That's the most part of it here. Maybe James Fountain already been back to the back of the pack once tonight for a race penalty to start tonight's race. Drove his way back up through the field. He'll bring out the caution flag here tonight. Have to get that thing redialed back in here. Caution flag here with 25 laps remaining. We'll be back in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are underneath the caution flag for, looks like going to be the 4th time here tonight for the number 24 of James Fountain. James Fountain driving the number 24 Valvoline machine right there on your screen. Get ready to come by behind Peter, the pace car. Brings out the caution flag here. Several guys coming down and service their cars. Jerry Powers on pit road. Nicholas Maynard's guys checking it up off as well. He'll get the second place. Corey Tessler, Tony Cook down on pit road as well. We'll watch the battle off between Corey Tessler. We'll get it over Terry Hughes Jr. Showtime Chase Johnson stays out on the racetrack for the wave around. Tony Cook will come down pit road as well. So tons of guys on different strategies. Some of them lose a lap here with about an 80-lap green flag run there. Can you really be mad at these folks here? Several guys lose a lap underneath the green flag run. Some are going to have to take the wave around here before they can go and pit here with 101 laps complete here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I will flip it back over here in just a moment. But we want to remind you, the race leader here tonight, Jerry Powers, and that number 99, closeoutbats.com machine. As you see on your screen, go check out closeoutbats.com. Since 1992, helping over 150,000 satisfied customers. Jerry Powers, representing the Park Ridge, New Jersey's closeoutbats.com. Back down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Speaking of Jerry Powers, our pole sitter has led a majority of the race here tonight. Tony Cook down on pit road. Had to service that car again. He's going to have to hurry up out before he loses another lap here. Will he beat the pace car? I believe he will be able to. Yes, he will be able to beat the pace car out here. So Tony Cook will stay on the lead lap here. Everybody else looks like they're going to be able to take the wave around here in just a moment. So see how things shake out here as a lap's been added back from the admin. Trent Hughes, Kevin Tankos, Chase Johnson, Chris Knighty, James Fountain, the rest of these guys will take the wave around here. They'll catch up to the back tail of the field. Jerry Powers will be the race leader here, and Nicholas Maynard will move up to the second place spot here on the outside. And his number 02 machine, the number 8 Flow Racing Chevy Silverado, Corey Tessler will move up to the third place spot. And it looks like Tony Cook's going to be the guy rescued here on the wave around. After coming off pit road, wasn't a lap down. Just went down the pit road to get 4 fresh scooted tires. He'll pit a lap later than everybody else. He'll scoot his way back up here to the 4th place spot. And then on the wave around, he'll give it to Showtime Chase Johnson back on the lead lap here after going down the pit. And you have to give it back to Kevin Tankos. Those will be the drivers that are on the lead lap here when we get ready to go back racing. So 6 drivers were able to hold themselves with a chance here. They're winning the race with 25 laps here to go unless we continue to crash race cars, which is a known thing here on the Madness Racing League here. One more lap around the Madness Racing League's Richmond Raceway here. Looks like we're going to have about 8 or 9 cars lined up here on the bottom side row here, getting ready to go racing this time around, I'd imagine. So 2 guys are going to be able to start on the outside row here with everybody else taking the wave around here. Tony Cook will catch the back end of the pack as well. Jerry Powers is going to be the race leader with Nicholas Maynard on the outside of him here through the Geico restart zone. 25 laps remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are back green here in the MRL Political 125 live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as we dive down here in the turns 1 and 2 with 24 laps remaining here. Chase Johnson will work the outside of the triple deuce of Chris Knighty here through turns 1 and 2. Looks like the caution flag is flown. Caution flag is out here. Not sure for who it's for on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like it's going to be for the number 18 of Trent Hughes, as he looks like he may have went around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channels. He's the only slow one to go back through the field here. Looks like we'll back that ass up here. Yes, it's Trent Hughes is in the grass down here, giving it a high taper fade. We'll back that ass up here. Look what happened and went wrong with the number 18, excuse me. As they were rolling through the restart zone here, looks like Trent Hughes steps on the gas and then steps on his big nuts of his, and he'll go around into the infield here. Trent Hughes goes around here in that 418, Red Bull black and silver Ford F-150 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Everybody else, though, was able to hold on to their race cars here. Peter the Pace car is going to be back out here for Jerry Powers. Caution after caution after caution. Can cautions go away here? We'll be back in just a moment. Bang, bang, bang. We're back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with less than 25 laps here to go in the MRL Political 125. Our annual race here at the Richmond Raceway, our inaugural race here at the Richmond Raceway. We have never turned laps here competitively 4 points in the Madness Racing League on the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here in Richmond. Kind of give you a little rundown on what's happened up to this point so far tonight. It's been one hell of a race for Jerry Powers. He's led over 100 laps up to this point here from Park Ridge, New Jersey. Maybe a little deja vu here as he led over 100 laps at New Hampshire in the Xfinity Series, but didn't find himself in victory lane after some late contact with Chase Johnson there at the end of that race. They had to battle it out. The win went to Jonathan Smith. Corey Tesner rounds out the second place spot here after staying out, after burning up those Goodyear tires quick and early up in the underneath that long green flag run here. But everybody else, green flag pit stops in. Corey Tesner will stay out on the racetrack, and it'll work out to his advantage. He's up here to the second place spot after a great restart. Around this guy, the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard, who's trying to make something shake here. Winless in 3 months on the Madness Racing, 4 months, on the Madness Racing League. He's going to currently round out the third place spot here with less than 20 laps to go. Can he get it done? Showtime Chase Johnson, 3-time iRacing champion for the Madness Racing League, will round out the fourth place spot here after taking a wave around underneath the previous caution flag tonight. He turns around John Michael Bryan and the number 23 machine earlier tonight off the front bumper of the 23 goes to number 5, a familiar sight we've seen quite often from Chase Johnson, known to get aggressive quick and early in the races and late in the races. We can imagine maybe see a possible bumper here from the number 5, but Chase Johnson pick up the victory. And Kevin Tankos, known to do the same here. Kevin Tankos will get rowdy. He won last at the Xfinity Series at the Charlotte Roval. The number 4 knows how to turn left and right. Can he get it done here tonight? He'll round out the 5th place spot here with less than 20 laps to go. Tony Cook, the veteran, driving the number 33 Home Run Cafe Chevy Silverado, will round out the outside here on that 6th place spot with Terry Hughes Jr. Those will be the last little bit of guys on the lead lap here. It's James Fountain, currently wrestler the Lucky Dog here in the back of the pack here in front of Terry Hughes Jr. getting ready to go racing here. Live again for the Madness Racing League Political 125 here. Gloves are off, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag is in the air with 20 laps to go here, excuse me. Down into turns 1 and 2 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Nicholas Maynard, Chase Johnson door to door through turns 1 and 2. Corey Tesner at the rig down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. He'll scoot up off the bottom to the top side of the racetrack in front of Showtime Chase Johnson down here in the bottom of turns 1 and 2 at the Richmond Raceway with a great camera shot there. Corey Tesner, big loose off the corner. So is Showtime Chase Johnson, but he's able to hold on to it. What a save from the number 5 machine. Kevin Tankos looking to split it 3 wide across the front stretch here. Nicholas Maynard to have to take the top side 3 wide here in the Richmond Raceway. Off the corner here, Kevin Tankos, Nicholas Maynard, and Showtime Chase Johnson's got to get it all caught to figure it out. Tony Cook a little loose back here, but they're able to hold on to it through turns 3 and 4 here. Nicholas Maynard to paint the top side. Kevin Tankos take the back side. Looks like there might have been a little bit of trouble back here, but looks like everybody's able to hold on to their race cars nice and neatly and orderly in a fashion here. Still green at the Richmond Raceway with 17 laps remaining. The battle for the race lead is really starting to heat up here. Corey Tesner's going down underneath Jerry Powers. Jerry Powers underneath underneath trouble for the first time here tonight for the battle for the race lead. Give it to Jerry Powers, though, that last time around with 16 laps to go, trying to hold him off. Corey Tester back out front here through turns 1 and 2. He'll run Jerry Powers up the track. Corey Tester, short track package specialist, a little loose off the corner, but he's able to hold on to it. The Flow Racing number 8 machine finally back to the race lead here, trying to pick up another win here in the Madness Race League. His first for the Truck Series. Off the corner here, 16 coming to 15 laps to go here. Everybody's on their P's and Q's. The gloves are off here on the Madness Racing League. You're riding on board with the number 4 of Kevin Tankos as he slowly rolls up to the back bumper of the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard, trying to hold on to that race car, and he's able to down into the corners of 3 and 4 here. Kevin Tankos doing everything in his sight, trying to get around Nicholas Maynard for the 4th place spot here, but he doesn't have the setup for a 4th place spot with 14 laps to go. Everybody trying to struggle and hold on for grip, especially the ones that are a lap down here. They didn't get the pit underneath the wave around. Nicholas Maynard will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. But Kevin Tankos will slowly eat into the gap as Jerry Powers is trying to get back around. Jerry Powers, deja vu all over again. Over 100 laps led tonight. Can he get back to the race lead and close it out here tonight? In that closeoutfast.com. Number 99 machine, no pun intended. He'll work the bottom side of Corey Tester, but Corey Tester's able to bend the corner really well there. Jerry Powers not trying to make contact with the number 8 of Corey Tester here, trying to race him clean as Corey Tester will slowly eat up the bottom side of the racetrack there. That number 8 Flow Racing machine up off the corner. Corey Tester will lead it, 12 laps to go. Laps remaining here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the MRL Political 125 live here at the Richmond Raceway. Nicholas Maynard will cut the fastest lap again on the racetrack that last time around, which is why our camera is locked onto him through the corner here. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 laps remain on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Now 11, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Riptide Tester starting to spell away with it here. Caution flag is out as we got one cooking its way through the infield. Looks like it's going to be Trent Hughes. Caution flag is flown here for the number 18 of Trent Hughes. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the number 18, 81XI Racing. In the third caution flag here tonight for Trent Hughes. We'll throw up the instant replay for the Madness Racing League Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series. Trent Hughes was giving the grass a haircut through the infield here at the corner of my eye. We'll back that ass up here and take a look and see what happened. Maybe he got a little bit of help from somebody. And that number 18 machine, it looks like he was just loose off the corner here. We'll take a look. He was getting ready to go a lap down to the pack here. Off of turns 3 and 4, already locks it down, but just not able to hold on to it as the pack gets ready to come around him here. Way to hold it down on the bottom side of the racetrack, though, but it will trigger the caution flag here with 11 laps remaining. Trent Hughes goes around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Wow, 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 dragging it here through the grass. He'll put it back on the racetrack here. We'll have about 5 or 6 laps to go, I'd imagine. When we return to racing, we'll take that commercial break for the last time here tonight. Be back in just a moment.
Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days.
Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, several guys are bringing it down pit road. Kevin Tankos is going to be the one that leads them here while we're underneath the caution flag, and his number 4 Budweiser machine. Tony Cook getting some service done to that 33 as well. Here comes James Fountain after getting back on the lead lap after being the lucky dog that last time around. Blake Hochschild will take 4 fresh good tires along with Chris Knighty here, but it looks like Kevin Tankos is going to be the one winning the battle off pit road, followed by Tony Cook. And then you're going to have to give it to Blake Hochschild. James Fountain want to come down here and get that thing patched up here. Chris Knighty off of pit road as well. We have to be quick and early here so make sure he doesn't lose another lap to the pace car field here as they are coming around through turns 3 and 4 here. You see that at the corner of your screen here, but it looks like James Fountain's going to be able to get done and get through here as here comes the pace car. Everybody else is scattered throughout the field here. The lights are still on the pace car, meaning we are still underneath the caution flag. We'll take at least 2 more laps around the Richmond Raceway. Corey Tester gets around Jerry Powers there underneath that little short green flag stint there for the race lead. And Jerry Powers, deja vu again here to the 2nd place spot. Can he close it out after leading triple plus digits of laps led here? Chase Johnson got a little aggressive here to start the night. Put John Michael Bryant on the outside wall. Ended John Michael Bryant's early ended his night early. Excuse me, he'll have to pay for the repercussions when he gets down there to the garage to John Michael Bryant. But he's got a fast STI Johnson. Number 5, Chevy Silverado from Greer, South Carolina. The 3-time iRacing champion. Show you why he's back up here in the top 5. After trying to surface that pit stop earlier, the caution flag will come out on the Chase Johnson number 5 machine. While he was in the middle of service, he'll lose the lap, but he's able to get it back. He'll have a chance here with a lay. It looks like going to be about 7 laps to go here when we get ready to go back racing. The kid of Nicholas Maynard will lose a couple spots there on that previous restart here. He'll ride himself out in the 4th place spot here on the outside of Showtime Chase Johnson. A little bit of history there. We'll see how things shake out here. His gloves look like they might be off here as Kevin Tankos is trying to put some temperature into those 4 fresh Goodyear tires. And the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. on the outside of him brought out the first caution flag here tonight. And she'll get back all the way up here to the 6th place spot here. Getting ready to go back racing here for the MRL Madness Racing League Political 125. 5 laps to go, 7 laps to go, excuse me, when we get ready to take the green flag here. Jerry Powers for the first time not in control. It's going to be Corey Tesner. Green flag is in the air here for the MRL Political 125. Kevin Tankos shoots it 3 wide immediately. On the kid of Nicholas Maynard, 3 wide down here in the turns 1 and 2. 3 wide at Richmond. Terry Hughes on the bottom. Nicholas Maynard in the middle. Tankos up top, 3 wide at Richmond off of turn 2. Contact made to the outside wall by Kevin Tankos here. Tony Cook down to the inside wall. Caution flag is out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain trying to get around the wreck there. He'll give a little snudge to Tony Cook as Tony Cook comes from across back traffic, though. The caution flag is flown here for the number 33 veteran of Tony Cook for the 2nd night in a row. With a great run here late into the night's event. Goes home early here after collecting the outside wall. We'll back that ass up here. Excuse me, the inside wall at the left front quarter panel is absolutely dangling and scraping the race ground here on that number 33. The toe lick might be bent on that Home Run Cafe number 33 machine. We'll back that ass up here. 3 wide with Kevin Tankos, Nicholas Maynard, and Terry Hughes Jr. And it looks like Tony Cook maybe had a little bit to do with that. We'll have to take a look here off the corners 3 and 4. Contacts made there. Terry Hughes Jr. just trying to make sure he gives room there off the corner. And maybe a little door bang there to Tony Cook sends him hard into the outside wall. We'll back that ass up one more time. You can watch it in full force replay action here as Tony Cook goes around hard on the inside wall. Bam! Hard on the inside wall for Tony Cook there. He's back up in traffic here. Luckily, everybody's on their P's and Q's. James Fountain able to get to the brake quite fast there. Keep it out of Tony Cook. And he'll scrape the outside wall here. We'll work the caution flag here. We're heading the overtime here in Richmond for the MRL Political 125. We'll be back in just a moment. Bang, bang. Welcome back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel as these guys continue to round out the field. Tony Cook will bring it down on the pit road as you see. Blake Hochschild will be resting the lucky dog as he goes around Peter the pace car. We are headed to overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have never been here before on the Madness Racing League, this is the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and this is how the overtime will work right here when we get ready to go back racing. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 attempts at the green, white, checkered. If these guys wreck before getting back to the white flag, the caution flag will fly and we will re-wreck these guys for one more attempt at it. If these guys are able to get back around to the white flag before wrecking, then all hands are off. The first person back to the checker flag will win it. No intentional wrecking here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Don't mind the beating and banging. Don't mind a little pushing and shoving. But turning someone for a win is an absolute no-go, and you will be penalized, as we see the kid of Nicholas Maynard turn around Holden Wheeler at Daytona to kick off the Truck Series this year. He had to go to the back of the pack 2 weeks ago at Chicagoland to start the race here. We'll get the 1 lap to go racing next time around. Tony Cook will climb from that number 33 machine. Get ready to put his helmet and stuff back in the bag and load up the hauler here. His day is done here at the Richmond Raceway here for the MRL Political 125. Everybody Looks like they're getting ready to go double file here. Freddie, the flagman, has the flag in his hand, telling these guys, double file, when to go. They'll come across the choose cone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you came for. 125 laps around the Richmond Raceway. We got 2 in the bank for overtime. 2 more if we need it again. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 laps to go. Going to be 2 when we take the green flag. It's going to be Corey Tessner and the Chase Johnson Racing number 8 machine up front. And his owner, driver on the outside, Chase Johnson. And the number 5 machine, Jerry Powers, led over 100 plus laps here tonight. Excuse me, try not to have it taken from him. And Kevin Tanko's doing exactly that on that previous restart, taking that 3rd place spot, looking to make something shake. Nicholas Maynard will round out the 4th place spot here down on the bottom side, but it's going to be Corey Tessner in full control through the Geico restart zone here for overtime in Richmond. Green, 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 green. We are back green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Live down into turns 1 and 2 in overtime. Meow, 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 meow. Who's going to win it here tonight at the Richmond Raceway? 3 wide up the middle there. James Fountain, Nicholas Maynard, and Kevin Tankos. Jerry Powers, big loose off the corner, but it's all Corey Tessner down into 3 and 4. Chase Johnson will pull up to the left rear corner panel. Corey Tessner, leave him a little bit of room out of the corner. Everybody sliding sideways, side by side across the line. Everybody's able to hold on to it. It looks like, though, Endo appears. Chase Johnson looking for the race lead down here on the bottom side through turns 1 and 2. He's able to clear himself. Not able to. Corey Tessner, big loose out of the corner. That might open up the door for what he needs. Kevin Tankos goes around. Chase Johnson will work the bottom side of the racetrack. Corey Tessner will try the top side. They'll be side by side off the corner. You'll have to give it a showtime. Chase Johnson across the line. He'll win it here tonight at the Richmond Raceway as everybody else piles up here across the front stretch line. Nicholas Maynard involved. James Fountain backwards. Terry Hughes Jr. sideways as well. Kevin Taco spun around here on the back straightaway. But showtime, Chase Johnson will win it here on a chaotic one to end the night. 2 laps led for Chase Johnson here tonight, but he'll be able to pick up the victory. Caution flags were the top there for the final 25. We'll have 5 caution flags to round out the final 30 laps here tonight, excuse me. But showtime, Chase Johnson was able to come through the pack there. After pitting underneath the caution, after pitting and having the caution flag come out on him underneath the green flag, we'll take the waiver around there. A little aggressive to start tonight's race with John Michael Bryant. Chase Johnson will burn it down here in front of the fans for the MRL Political 125. Ladies and gentlemen, showtime, Chase Johnson burns it down here. We got everybody else filling out the back here for the driver's introduction. Get ready for the post-race show here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We will be back in just a moment here as I see I can't get a pit reporter down there to talk to the driver winner of the number 5, Chase Johnson.
Here you leave. Come here. It's right here.
JD Power is ranked Nissan number 1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. Get 0.
Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with the conclusion of the Madness Racing League Political 125, where showtime Chase Johnson has just picked up the victory here tonight at the Richmond Raceway. The first time we've ever tackled on the Richmond Raceway here live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Showtime Chase Johnson is able to score the victory there in overtime. A little aggressive to start the race, but John Michael Bryant was placed on the aggressive driving list. But he's able to pull out the victory here, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a pit reporter down there with the number 5 of Showtime, Chase Johnson. We'll be back in just a second. We'll see what he's got to say. Anybody down there, do y'all hear us? Go ahead.
Down here in Victory Lane at the MRL Political 125 here in Richmond, Virginia, Chase Johnson secures the victory there in overtime. Chase kind of walked us through your night there, about a 90-lap green flag run almost. At the pull out the cautions, we'll pull in the overtimes, and you'll be able to get away with it.
Man, that was one hell of a race we had there. Shout out to Gerald Towers, Corey Tesner, Kevin Tankos. Man, they raced me really clean and really hard. That's really all I can ask for. It came down to those last couple of restarts. I didn't think I had as good of a car as maybe as Gerald. Maybe a tad under him, but when we stack them up, green white checkers, all hell's gonna break loose. So I hate it for my teammate Corey. It looked like he was going to get him one there, but he was fast all night. Just happy we could get another win here, and I'm happy that we're bringing these fast cars to the track, not just for myself, but for the whole team. So we'll react them here in a couple weeks. Shout out to all the sponsors for getting us back to the track, putting us back in victory lane. Thank you to all you guys in the booth for all you do, and we'll see you next week.
That's the number 5, Chase Johnson. We'll scoot down here to the runner-up, Corey Tesner. Corey, kind of walked us just going through your head here. You had the lead there going into the final overtimes. You had the chance to win it with 4 left to go, but you can't keep it clean. Corey, walk us through it.
Yeah, it was just good short track racing, man. Just sucks to be on the wrong side of the bumper cars when it comes to it, but hell of a finish there. Just couldn't do much on the outside with the new tires. That bottom's where you needed to be. Good race to Chase, good race to Gerald. Just happy to get a second place out of this.
That's the number 8 of Corey Tesman. We'll scoot down here to the 99 of Jerry Powers. Jerry, walk us through it. Another race where you lead a lap high of almost 100 laps, and you don't go to victory lane. Kind of walk us through your emotions.
Yeah, just like New Hampshire. Led a bunch of laps, and then, it seems like the last 30 or so laps, it's like caution on caution. Corey got ahead of me there coming out of turn 2, and just wasn't really able to kind of get back in rhythm. Weren't really running more than 2 laps at that point. Definitely felt like I had the field covered, but it's the name of the game. I'll break through one of these days.
The late race cautions will strike the 99 again. He'll round out the podium spot. We'll go down here to the number 24, James Fallon. James, kind of walk us through your night here. You jump to start the ninth event, get the black flag, go a lap down, but you're able to shake it back here for a top 5 there in overtime, being way aggressive.
Yeah, I knew from the very beginning we were going to have to be aggressive. I accidentally jumped that start there, or iRacing got me or something. I don't even feel like I did, but we'll roll with it. We went 2 laps down early and just had to claw our way back all night. Ended up spinning out after that green flag stop and had to run my way back up to the front again. And when I finally got there, just had to give her my all. I'm sorry if I got into anybody, and that was a good race, man. I appreciate all y'all.
That's the Valvoline 24 of James Fallon. We'll scoot down here to the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. Nick, walk us through your night. You'll finish to the top 5. Glad to be back on the good end of the stick here. Top 5 again. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since we got anywhere near the top 10. Appreciate it. Had a fun night. That's the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. We'll scoot back here to the number 81 of Terry Hughes. Terry, walk us through your night here. You snap the bad streak here. You'll get a top 10. Not enough to get the top 5. Chaos there at the end, but you'll get the 6th place spot.
Definitely thought we had a car in practice to maybe win this thing. Then we spin out in qualifying, had to replace some parts there. Then we ended up having a extremely slow truck. Tried to split the race in half there and maybe get a late race caution and get it going, but we ended up using our tires a little bit sooner than we thought and ended up with a P6, which is fine with me. Especially after how I thought everything else was going to go. But I appreciate it.
That's the number 81 of Terry Hughes. We'll send it back up to the booth from Victory Lane down here at the MRL Political 125.
Down up here in the booth from down there in our pit road reporter. We appreciate him doing all the work necessary to get you guys your words from your favorite drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, we will pull up the points results here. Chase Johnson wins tonight's truck race here at Richmond for race number 3, season 2. That'll lock him into the playoffs. Him and James Fountain are the only 2 winners so far. That is his 2nd truck race win here on the year. He'll go back-to-back here at Richmond after winning Chicagoland 2 weeks ago here. So Tonight's playoff is still wide open here with no new winner. Jerry Powers so close. He'll get the third place spot behind Corey Tesner in that second place spot. James Fountain to get the fourth place spot. The kid of Nicholas Maynard and his team Ninsky, number 02, top 5 for him. Terry Hughes Jr., the 8XI Racing 81 machine will round out the sixth place spot. Blake Child driving the number 6 Privateer Paint Hoss machine will round out the seventh place spot. Kevin Tanko's in the Rush Sports number 4 Motorsports machine will get the 8th place spot, followed by Chris Knighty in the Triple Deuce 8XI Racing machine. Travel Wall in the number 7 Rock and Roll Racing machine with a great top 10 here tonight. Made something shake here tonight. Bobby Kyle in the 777 BKM Racing from Honorsville, Georgia. 777 machine, the veteran, will round out the 11th place spot, and a tough finish there for the number 33 of Tony Cook. The closing laps will catch the inside wall after trying to avoid a 3-wide battle in front of him there, end his night in the 12th place spot. Trent Hughes in the number 18 8XI Racing machine will round out the 13th place spot here tonight with a better run him for the number 18 machine. He'll finish 5 laps down here. And Sean Williams in his ENS Motorsports machine, number 25, will round out the 14th place spot. John Michael Bryan in the number 15 machine, the Boogeyman, will go around off the front bumper of Showtime Chase Johnson here at about 22, 23 laps in. Not even that, about 12 laps into tonight's event. And he was not happy with the way that he was raced here. He'll have to park it there for the 15th place spot here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for all the racing results and stuff we had tonight. Got to pay a couple bills while we're here, though. The Madness Racing League Truck Series reminding you to go check out NapDaddyRacingDesigns.com for all your iRacing paint scheme, liveries, and needs. Tell them the Madness Racing League sent you. Make sure you go check out Maccabee Auto Services, LLC. Contact them today, 864-256-1346. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go check out. Go grab you a bottle today. Creek Water Whiskey, brought to you here by the Madness Racing League Truck Series. And for the final time, if you're ready to hear what these drivers say during these races, funny as hell, go check out the Racing Electronics channel. Go grab you a race scanner today so you can be right down close and up personal here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with all these drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for us down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here for the MRL Political 125 from the Richmond Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the MRL Truck Series. We'll be back Monday night for the modified playoff race, live here for the I-85 Asphalt Series. We'll see you then.